Well, Blat Pack are back at Sydney Motorsports Park, and this time we have our pop-up store, the Council of Motor Club's Shannons Sydney Classic. We all know Shannons, the go-go mobile, the cool ads that feature cars we coveted from our childhood, the mob that insure the toys and offer awesome trips to Pebble Beach Concourse and the classic Goodwood events. The Council of Motor Clubs, well, you might be tempted to think they are like an oversight body of clubs, some kind of car club metadata organising the organisers, but you'd be wrong. They act as lobbyists or mouthpiece for the collective on matters of common cause, crusaders of the non-cape variety. They represent affiliated clubs and their members with authority such as the RTA, with reference to conditional historic registration. They make representation to the federal government on matters such as leaded fuel and its continued availability. And they help put on this fantastic event. Now here at Blat Pack, we are advocates of the broad church of Blat. If you're pinning it on 2 wheels or 4 wheels, it's cool with us. But sometimes it's nice to niche. And clubs are the heart and soul of the need to niche, to be selective and to be specific. They are a place that you can go and be revered for being an Allard super nerd, rather than derided as the old car weirdo. They are a place where you can communicate in the mother tongue, the lexicon of the aficionado. You can speak and be understood. It's a place that organises events and corrals the like-minded. So we laud the clubs and say strength to your arms as purveyors of bespoke mechanical performance. So given this opportunity, we decided we wanted to showcase some of the clubs in attendance at the CMC Sydney Classic and find out a little bit more about them. So what club are you with?
JDCA, Jaguar Drivers Club of Australia.
I'm with the A Model Club in New South Wales.
I'm with the Rolls-Royce Owners Club in New South Wales.
The FC Holden Car Club in New South Wales.
Vintage Speed Car Association, New South Wales, and also the Historic Sports and Racing Car, New South Wales.
We're the New South Wales Owners Club, P76.
Mustang Owners Club.
We're from the Renault Car Club of Australia, oldest Renault car club in the world.
I've had a good look around here and I can't see Daniel Ricciardo. Can you comment? Is he here?
No comment.
No comment. There's going to be a lot of that, isn't
We're
there?
hoping to get him to a club meeting soon, so
Right, excellent.
yeah, we'll see what we can jag for that.
What's the best thing about your club?
The friendliness of the whole club with the wives, the social activities.
Yeah.
It's a very friendly club.
Social runs, sporting events.
The people in it.
The FC Holdens.
It's the camaraderie amongst the friends that you make.
Oh, they're a great bunch of people.
Just normal Joe Blow people that have the love and passion of Rolls-Royce.
It's family.
Look, other than the president having a Renault, something unique in Australia, so it's very good.
So here's your car. What is it and what's its story?
It's a 1970 XJ6 Jaguar. The body came out of the fires at Clarendon. My wife wrecked the first one. I'll dob her in. We got hold of this body, the motor, everything else was fine. It just went straight into this.
It's a 1928 AR Ford, one of the first Fords to come into Australia, the A models. It lived in Toongabbie all its life, and it's still in Toongabbie. I'm probably about the 5th owner, but only the 2nd owner to drive it. As I said, it's a lovely old car, totally original, never been restored. Been painted with a brush, I believe, 60 years ago, and it remains the same today.
It's a 1967 Rolls-Royce Phantom 5. It's the ex-federal government's car. They had 3 of them. This is the Queen's personal car when she came out here. Princess Di's been in it. You name it, every head of state, because it was a Vice-Regal motor car. Sir John Kerr had it when he sacked the government. John Matheson, a doctor, bought the car and he took it on the Peking to Paris rally. But when he got back, he had the car restored right back to as it is now and donated the car to the Sir Henry Royce Foundation.
It's a 1959 FC special sedan, built in Sydney. Probably one of the last FCs built in Sydney before they changed over to the FB EK model.
It's Sir Jack Brabham's first racing car, which is the car he began his speedway career in 1947 when he was 21. And he won state championships and the Australian Championship, and he even won the Australian Hill Climb Championship in it at Rob Roy.
So I ended up buying this one in about 1998. Second restoration, bit of body work, then just suspension, drive line. Got the P76 motor, Just a bit of headwork, cam, extractors.
It's a 64.5 Mustang, born on the 20th of March 65, so it's an early girl. Did all the transformation or the restoration myself. I did the conversion from left to right hand drive. I did all the mechanicals, and my son did the paintwork and my wife did the upholstery.
It's a 1967 Renault 8 Gordini, one of 60 made for Australia. They were Australian Rally Champion in 1971, and a fabulous car. Never thought I'd own one.
Now, we all know that cars do many things. For each of these things there exists a measure of relative performance. For example, 0 to 100 in however many seconds, or X amount of brake horsepower or kilowatts at the rear wheel, etc, etc. But one thing most of the vehicles at CMC Sydney Classic do is they turn heads. Now, whose heads they turn and how often they turn, that should give us a relative measure of their pulling power. In this, we think Batman, aka Val Kilmer, said it best in Batman Forever circa 1995.
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
So, we've got to ask the question, does it pull the chicks? Do they dig the car?
Well, it turned my wife's head.
Well, I'm like the car, I'm too old to worry about that.
Oh, too right they do. Yeah.
It looks like
It's the best. It's the tightest thing you've ever known in your life. You pull chicks left, right, and centre, even at my age.
Yeah, they certainly do. Wish I was 30 years younger.
Good on you, too.
Yes, but I'm too old for the chicks.
Oh, definitely. And they sit in it.
They sit in it?
Yeah.
Do they have any trouble getting in and out of it?
Oh, yeah, the ones with the mini skirts. Oh, yes. But
Okay.
you can't keep a good girl down. No.
A young girl come over, she was on the way to the gym, and she come over and actually said, look at that. And I'm not used to it. I'm like, me and my mate were like, where's the muscle-bound bloke around?
Oh, do they what?
Mate, it doesn't really make any difference. My wife digs it, and that's all that matters.
They're having a bit of fun, yeah. We've been a little bit cheeky, but from what we have seen here, the vehicles and clubs are overwhelmingly made up of couples and families that share the passion and jointly enjoy the camaraderie of their club. Well, we've had a great time at CMC Sydney Classic and encourage you to pencil it in for 2019 if you didn't make it this year. Now, on 1st and 2nd of September, we will be at the all-historic meeting at Wakefield Park Raceway. It's a fantastic event run annually at Wakefield Park, and it features classics from both 2 and 4 wheels. We can't wait. It's Father's Day weekend, and Wakefield, well, it's just a bit down the road from Sydney and just a bit up the road from Canberra. A great venue that is a solid supporter of all forms of racing and driver training. So get along, come say g'day, pick up some awesome retro kit from our pop-up store. Until then, don't forget to check out our Facebook, throw us a like, subscribe to our mailing list, and check out the store at www.blatpack.com.au. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep it pinned.